Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to see stock, currency and geography data types in Microsoft Excel. Currently, these data types are available in Microsoft 365 version. It is not available in any of the desktop versions like 2016 or 2019 versions. So what are these data types? These are linked data types because they have a connection to an online data source. The data sets are from Reuters, from Refinitiv service, and this gets refreshed based on your refresh settings. So, three things that we can see: stocks, currency, and geography. Why somebody would be using these data types? So, if you're an investor, you may want to keep the track of your investments. If you're a portfolio manager, if you are a student, if you are doing research in the equity or currency or macroeconomic parameters, if you're a listed corporate and may want to keep a track of your shares prices, for financial modeling, for data science, for data analysis, these data types can be useful. So let's get started. Let's see the three currency, stocks, and geography data types. Let's start with the stocks. First of all, where will you find this data type? So you will have to go to data tab, and in the data tab, you are having data types, and that's where you find stock, currency, and geography. Because we have the data about stocks and indices, so here in the black fonts that you are seeing are the equity, and the red fonts that you are finding are the indices. Stock data type is useful for getting the data for stocks or equity shares or mutual funds, exchange traded funds, index, currency pairs. Though we are having a separate data type of currencies, even the stocks data type also will be equally giving you the information. Okay. And the treasury benchmarks like bonds. So let's first convert the stocks and the indices that we have in our list into a stock data type. I'm just clicking on stocks. As you can see that it has already converted, it has identified the equity names. Like I just written Microsoft and it has picked up Microsoft Corporation from XNAS. XNAS means that this is traded on NASDAQ. Okay, General Electric from New York Stock Exchange, Apple from NASDAQ, Infosys from NSE. But there are two items or two data points that it has not picked up. One is AMD and another is NASDAQ because it's getting confused which one to pick up. Let's say I'm clicking on AMD, and AMD is currently traded on this many stock exchanges, and there is one stock which is not actually advanced micro devices, but then it is somewhat similar, so similar symbols may also get confused. Now in this case, let's say I want it from Nasdaq stock exchange, so I'll just click on select. This data selector gets opened up when there is no conversion into the data type, and still the Excel is trying to find out that what it should pick up. So let's say I'm selecting this from Nasdaq. Now this is going into the Nasdaq, and again it has two, three options. So one is about the stock, another is about the index. What do you want to pick up? Do you want to pick up index or do you want to pick up stock? And there are other options also. So let's say I'm picking up composite index. You can add the data regarding these stocks with this plus sign. Okay, you can insert the data and it gets added. So let me just click on plus, and it gives you information that this different data points that you can add. You can add 52-week high, 52-week low, beta change, what is the currency, what is the description of the shares, how many employees are in this company whose shares that you are looking at, on which exchange it is being traded. Okay, which industry that it is from, what is the last trade time, what is the market capitalization, what is low, which is the lowest price in the last 52 weeks. Okay, what is the P ratio? Let's say we are taking price, so I'm just clicking price, and let me just drag it down. So this is price. Let's also take previous close. So I'm going back to the cell and clicking plus, and let me just take previous close. So now we have got the data for all of these shares. But there are a couple of things that we need to keep in mind. So what do we need to keep in mind is that number one is that is the stock correctly picked up? Now all the stocks are correctly picked up, but here, as far as this Adani Energy Solutions is limited, I had written here Adani ENT, which means that I was not interested in Adani Energy Solutions, but I was interested in Adani Enterprises. So it has picked up a wrong share. How to correct it? Just do right click, go to data type, click change. The moment you click change, it will again open up the data selector, but this is taking up the full name as it is, which it has picked up. So X NSE, I don't want it from NSE, and I definitely don't want Adani Energy Solutions. So I'll remove what is written over here, and instead of that, I'll just type Adani Enterprises and enter. Then it will give us the options from which that we can select. Adani Enterprises is currently traded on Bombay Stock Exchange and also on National Stock Exchange. Let's say I want to take it from National Stock Exchange. So I'll take it from here. Now this is giving us the correct. As you can see that the moment that I have changed the stock over here, stock in the column C, the price in column D and E has also changed. Another thing is that all these Indian stocks that you can see, all of them are currently no given based on NSE. Let's say there are some stocks which are traded on Bombay Stock Exchange also, and you want it from Bombay Stock Exchange instead of NSE. Then how to change it? So let's say Infosys I want from Bombay Stock Exchange. So right click, data type, change. Again the same process. Currently it is XNSE INFI. Okay, INFI is the symbol. I don't want this. Let's say I want Infosys. In fact, you could have also just removed this XNSE from here. Okay. Even if you had just written or typed Infosys Limited, it would give you the options. Let's press enter. So now this is giving you different options. Infosys is traded in two exchanges in India, which is National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange. It is also traded on New York Stock Exchange and other international stock exchanges. Many options that you're finding over here. Let's say I want from Bombay Stock Exchange, so I'll pick from Bombay Stock Exchange. Okay, and as you can see, you need to click on select. So X NSC has changed to X Bombay, and the price also has changed over here. Now you can find you're seeing a green symbol over here or a green triangle on these cells. One reason is that it is picking up the wrong currency. The data is correct, but it's not in USD. This data is in Indian rupees. So two things that you can do: either you can select the correct, select the cells, and then change the formatting of that. Let's say right click, format cells, and let me take currency and two decimals from here and okay. Still it is not converting into it because this has picked up dollars and we still need the rupees to be coming. So a better way is that you select this yellow triangle, click on it and update format. Now this is giving us the correct data. Let me select this update format. Nifty 50, this is the Indian index, so we need Indian rupees, update format, and Sensex, let's update the format. Okay, now one way that we have seen is that you can click plus and then keep on adding the data. The other way is that let's say I want the PE ratio and I also want beta. So rather than going into the cell and clicking on plus and then getting the information, you can directly link to the respective cell. So let's say I'm linking the C7 cell, which is giving me the stock data type of Microsoft. And then when you link it, it will give you a drop down along with it. So from this that you can select. Let's say I want to pick up PE ratio. So this is in the square bracket right now. If it is only one word, then uh, it will not be coming in the square brackets. It will be just one word. But because these are two different uh, syllables, you can say, or the and in between there is a symbol, so it has taken into the square bracket. Let's drag it down. You don't get the PE ratio for indices. So if I put my cursor on any of the stock and click plus, you're finding all these informations like employees, headquarters, industry. so and so forth, which is relevant to stock. But if I put my cursor on an index and if I click on plus, then you're not finding all those information, you are finding only the relevant information for the index, and here you don't find PE ratio. Okay, let me also take beta. So I'm linking C7, and then let me dot and type beta. You can type also. So when you type, it will give you beta. Let me select this. So this will give you the beta. I also want the last time. Okay, so the last traded time. Let me just click on this dot. Let me type time, and then it is giving us last trade time. So this will give us the last trade time. As you can see, this is September 7th, 2023, and this is the time on which the last reporting of this information is available. Now, currently, my system is as per the Indian time, so these are all Indian times which are available over here. You can also use a function called as field value. So, I want, let's say, from this, the number of employees for a company. So I'll be using whatever is written over here, employees, as a part of the field value function. So how many employees are there for this particular company whose equity shares that we are looking at? So employees, and equal to field value. This is the function that I'm using. And field value function asks two things. One is the value and another is the field name. So what is the field name that I want for the Microsoft Corporation? I want Microsoft Corporation. You see, even if this is giving you a drop down, it's better not to select from it. It will give you an error. So it's better that you put a comma. And it's very important that after you put a comma, the field name is clearly understood and known. So if there's a spelling mistake or if you have not given a correct field name, then it will not give you the correct data. It will give you an error. So let me just click comma, and any field name that you want, you need to put in the double quote. So let's say I want employees. So Microsoft Corporation has 2,21,000 employees. These are approximate numbers. Okay, and let me just drag it down. This is not relevant for index, but index will give an error. So index will give a field error because you don't have employee numbers for an index. So this is about stock data. The last thing that I want to show you in the stock data type is that, let's say if I don't want this to be updated and refreshed every time, so I want to set some refresh settings. For that, let's say I'm taking all of this, right click, data type, and you are not getting change over here because you've selected a range. But if you had selected one individual cell, then it will give you change also. So you can do refresh. Okay, this the same refresh you can do with data, and here refresh all, that also. Let's say right click, data type, refresh. I'm clicking on refresh settings, and you're getting on the right hand side data types refresh settings. If I click on this symbol or the arrow, you also get three options. Do you want automatically every 5 minutes, or you want on file open, or manual? So if you don't want your computer resources to be occupied, then you can click on file open. So whenever you will open the file, at that point of time it will update. But if you are doing a research where you need the data every few minutes, then it's better that you keep automatically every 5 minutes. Or you can just keep manually, where no, you can go to the data tab, and then you can click on refresh all. So this is based on your requirement, based on your choice, that you can select from here. Let's say you don't want this to be now continuing. You needed some data, now you got it, and after that you don't want to keep on refreshing it. You are not going to use it again. So you want to convert these stock types to back to the usual normal cells without any data types. Then in that case, you can do right click, data types, and you can just click convert to text. But the moment you click convert to text, these are all going into field error. Let me do control Z. So better is that what you do is that after you get this information, let's say all of this, Control C, Alt H V V. That means what I've done is that practically I've copied it and then I did home, pay special values. Now, if you convert this stock indices, now if you convert these stock indices into text, then absolutely there should not be a problem. Let me just do Control Z because I want it as I want all of this as proper data rather than just the text. So back to our stock data type. Okay, similarly, you can do the same things with currency. I'm going to the currency worksheet and let's see the currency pairs. Now, you can write the currency pairs in different ways. Okay, you can write the currency pairs with slash in between or with colon in between or nothing in between. Any way that you have written, you need to understand that the first currency will be considered as the unit currency and the second currency will be considered as the variable currency. So, what is the unit currency in this symbol? What is the variable currency in this symbol? What is the price of the currency? Okay, we need this information to be picked up. What is the previous close? This is what that we want. So first, let's select the list of our currency pairs. Let's go to data and in the data types, let's select currencies. The moment you select currencies, it will be updating it and it converts into proper currency pairs. Now, to identify that which unit currency it has from currency, okay, so this is very similar to what we see in equity or index, but there are a couple of things which you are finding which is very, very specific to currencies, which is currency and from currency. So, I'll pick up from currency. This is giving you the unit currency and currency will give you the variable currency. Now, similar to what we saw in stock data type, equal to USD INR, and let's say I want the price of that. Okay, equal to USD INR, and I want previous close. Uh, let's say I want. So from here, as we can see, we are having this many data over here. Let's say I want an instrument type. So for that, so field value linked with USDNL. So the problem with this field value function is that you should be knowing exact spelling of the function or of the data that you want. So let's say I want instrument. This is currency pair. And then let's drag it down. Okay, here as similar to what we have seen in equity, this is a format error because this is in USD instead of Indian rupees. So we are updating the format. Let's update the format. Okay, this is how that you can change. So this is instrument. Okay. Very similarly, let's see geography. So as far as geographies are concerned, geography data type is useful when you want to have the data for country, city, state, division, county, town. So any location related data. Okay, now for understanding that, what kind of information is available if it is a country, what kind of information is available if it is a city, or what kind of information is available if it is a state. I have given you here some data for countries, states, and cities. These states are in India: Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, and Delhi. And these cities that you are finding are in different states. So let's first of all convert all of them into geography data type. So I'm just going to data and data types and convert to geography. This also, let me just click to data and geography and cities also. Let me click to data and geography. Now, there could be a possibility that the Excel doesn't understand some of the spellings of the country or the state or the cities, and it may not pick up it correctly. So it may not pick up it correctly. I'll just add one or two cities and let's see whether this is picking it up or not. Let's say I'm adding Nagpur, Kolhapur. So this is picking up correctly, but if I'm taking some small city, okay, then it may not. So let's say if I'm taking Palghar. Okay, so it has picked up, but then we'll see whether this is giving us the data or not. Now, the same way we can select and we can add the information. So, as you can see, the fields over here for the city, what are the information available? What is the abbreviation of the city's name? Sorry, country. Country's name, agricultural land, area. What is the area? What is the birth rate? What is the calling code? CPI, GDP. So many parameters, many fields are available. Population, how many what is the population size whose income is uh, less than 20%. So the bottom 20% population, top 20% population, like that. Tax revenue. Okay, let's say we take some of the parameters. Let's say I'm taking population. Okay, we'll take population. We can also take area. Okay, let's also pick up CPI, and we'll identify one or two things which we can link and get. So let's say I want GDP, and we'll also pick up tax revenue. Okay, these two things. So GDP equal to, let's link it with the country India dot GDP. So the moment you start typing, you get GDP. Tab, enter, and drag it down. Okay, this is GDP. This is population, and this is area. This is consumer price index. And we wanted one more thing, which is India dot. And then we said that we'll pick up the tax revenue. So let's pick up the tax revenue. So let's use the field value. But for that, first let's identify that which is the parameter that we want for it. So we can take national anthem. Let's try that if we get that. Okay, so national anthem equal to field value, tab, value of India, comma, in the double quote, national anthem, Janaganamana. So we are getting, wow. So we have got tax revenue and we have got the national anthem. So a lot of information for country. Now let's see what is the information which is available for states. So for the states, we have much lesser information compared to countries. We have area abbreviation, what is the capital, uh, what is the largest city, what are the leaders, population. So let's say population, and we'll also add area. This is exactly on the as we have, but we don't have CPI GDP because this is country specific. Okay, and let's also take official language. So Maharashtra dot official language. Tab, enter. So Marathi, Tamil Nadu is Tamil Nadu. For Gujarat, it has not picked up. Okay, this is showing an error because Excel doesn't know the data is not fed into it. For Delhi also, it has not picked up. So this is the language. Like this, you can add any information that you may want, which is available. So this is population, and this is area. Now let's see for cities what is the information available. So for all these cities, we have again area description image similar to what we have states, but one or two um, different parameters. So we have population, we have area. Okay, this area is in square kilometers. So I had to share this with you for today, and I hope that whatever we discussed today in this particular video is useful to you. You've liked my video. If you are new to my channel and you like this video, kindly subscribe to the channel so that the new videos that I'll keep creating that is available to you. And also please like this video. Thank you so much. Thank you.